hit that subscribe button if you want the Las Vegas Raiders and Klint Kubiak to draft Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza, number 1 overall in the 2026 NFL Draft, coming up here on the Raiders Report. I already know. Klint, he's got his eyes on Mr. Mendoza. Raider Nation, what's going on? It's Mitchell Renz here, host of the Raiders Report, and coming up on today's show, Fernando Mendoza is the perfect quarterback for Klint Kubiak, and I'm going to tell you that the exact reason why it is. You might not always agree with what I have to say, but I think you're going to agree with what Klint Kubiak has to say, because when you see today's show and you see what Klint Kubiak has said, you're going to go, yep, Fernando Mendoza, that's the perfect quarterback for our new head coach. Let's go to the very first reason here. It's about experience. I've covered the NFL for a long time. I've covered the NFL draft for a long time. I've covered a lot of quarterbacks entering the draft for a long time. And one of the things that we always talk about here at Chat Sports is experience in college, and how does that get you ready to get it going in the NFL? You know who also agrees with that? Kubiak. And this is what he had to say in 2024 about what type of quarterback he looks for. I think probably the number one thing you'd be looking at is how many games he has played. How many games has he started? Well, Klint, I actually have the answer to that. Mendoza has started 36 games in his college career. You could see the numbers up there on your screen, a 68.6% completion percentage, 71 touchdowns. He's played in 1 Big Ten championship game, got to another bowl game when he was with Cal, 3 college football playoffs games, and if you partied with me and the guys here at Chat Sports, you probably saw how good Mendoza ended up looking in all of those games. Now, I got to be honest with you. There's actually more to the quote, and I'm going to show you what a little bit more to that quote is in just a second, but I want to know from you, why do you want the Raiders to draft Fernando Mendoza? You're going to get hit with a YouTube ad break. While that ad is playing, I want you to scroll on down. Give me your honest opinion. Give me an opinion maybe why you don't want him. I think you're crazy if you don't want the guy, especially after you watch this video. But I want to know from you, why do you want the Raiders to draft Fernando Mendoza? I think I've made it pretty damn clear on this video. I think I've made it pretty damn clear on the Raiders Report that I want 1-5 in silver and black. The number one reason why I want Mendoza, dude's a winner. And when you see what Kubiak had to say again back in 2024, I showed you the first part of the quote. I know we're going to do a little bit of a sneaky thing here because you know who else is a little sneaky? Klint Kubiak when you watch his offense. And I think probably the number one thing you'd be looking at is how many games he has played, how many games he has started. You already know that part of the quote. Here's the other part. What's his record? The guy that will probably get taken first overall has played a lot of football, won a lot of football games. So I think, is he a winner? That's something that you're looking for. Well, guess what, Klint? I actually got this for you, too. Indiana went 16-0. Mendoza won a national championship. And I'm not only saying that he's winning football games, but I do think the other part of what Kubiak is saying in that quote is, I want a quarterback that shows up in the biggest moments of the game. That's what Mendoza has done this entire season underneath Curt Cignetti. He also won the 2025 Heisman Trophy Award. But you know what? That's not the only award that he's won. If you're looking at a guy that just won a natty and you want a dude that's got a freaking trophy case that it is packed top to bottom, look at all of these awards in 2025. If that's not a definition of a winner, I don't know what is. People could say, oh, well, these are just, personal accolades. You're right. They are. Maxwell Award, Walter Camp Award, Davey O'Brien Award, AP College Football Player of the Year, Big Ten Most Valuable Player, Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year, Big Ten Quarterback of the Year, First Team All-Big Ten, Big Ten Championship Game MVP. He was also the college football MVP. And, oh yeah, did I mention he's also a national champion. People can doubt Mendoza all they want. In fact, I don't know if I've ever seen in the history that I have made videos around the Raiders, since I have made videos around football, the amount of people that are doubting an undefeated national champion with all of those awards and has the leadership qualities that he has, plus the experience, plus he's a winner. Klint Kubiak's got his eyes on Mendoza. And I got some more reasons coming up here and some more quotes that are going to prove to you I think Mendoza is the perfect quarterback for Klint Kubiak, and I think Klint Kubiak thinks the exact same way. Here's also something perfect for you. Today's sponsor, PrizePicks, and the big game. It's almost here, dude. It is on Sunday, and there's no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than PrizePicks, where it always feels good to be right. And since the big game is right around the corner, that also means it's your last chance to get into the football action before next season. So close the season outright with PrizePicks by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. I want you to find your community on PrizePicks. With the new social feeds feature, you can share PrizePicks with your friends, copy lineups from winners with a single click. Copy lineups that you like, use them as inspiration. If you want to follow me on PrizePicks, you can do so. I'm at Mitchell Renz 365. I've been showing you guys all week Reed's lineup. Well, guess what? Here's my lineup. I'm going window to the wall till the sweat drops down. You know exactly what I'm going to say. $5 to pay, 177. This is a power play. And I'm going with a power play because my eyes are going to be on Klint Kubiak. You're going to take the great deal. The great deal is right there. Drake May, 0.5 passing yards. What's great about that is because PrizePicks, you have to pick a player from like 2 different teams. There's my Patriots pick. That's all I need. Everything else, I'm rolling with Klint Kubiak. I'm rolling with the Seahawks offense because I believe they're going to be victorious in the big game. And if you think that my PrizePicks lineup is going to be victorious, well, listen the heck up. This link's available to y'all down in the comments, down in the description of today's show. Download the PrizePicks app today. Make sure that you use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. Mendoza, he's the perfect quarterback for Klint Kubiak because Kubiak said he likes experience. He likes a guy that's a winner. Kubiak has also said that he likes a quarterback that is a smart decision maker. You know how I know that? Check this out. The decision making, the timing, and accuracy, those are the 3 things we spend a lot of time on as coaches. So those would be probably the top 4 I'd be looking at. The record, decision making, timing, and accuracy, and how that would fit into what we do. Again, these are comments made by Klint Kubiak in 2024. It's almost like he could look into the future, look into his crystal balls, and realize he's going to be the next head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, and he's going to have an opportunity to go get a quarterback at number 1 overall. Well, I don't know about y'all. Red zone. Red zone has been an issue for the silver and black, especially the quarterbacks over the past, God, I don't even know how many years. I don't have all these other stats to show you how good of a decision maker Fernando is on and off the field, but I thought the best example that I could show you is his red zone stats. Not just this past year, where he won the Heisman. The past 2 years, where he was with Indiana and where he was with the Cal Bears. 37 touchdowns. You see that number right here? Oh, man, what does that say? I think it says 0 interceptions, 9 rushing touchdowns. You know what a good quarterback that makes smart decisions does in the red zone? He scores touchdowns, and he doesn't turn over the football. Fernando Mendoza, outstanding decision maker. But do you remember the other things that Kubiak said back in 2024? He talked about timing. When you watch Mendoza, when he drops back, he knows where that ball needs to go. If that ball's supposed to come out quick, that ball's coming out quick. He's great at being able to go through his reads. The other thing that I think is just so amazing about him is he is such a quick decision maker, and the timing of everything that he does is so clutch. Let's talk about the 4th down and 5 play in the Natty when they're going up against Miami. That was actually a pass play. And the more and more I watch it, the more I get excited about it, because you could sit here and say that Mendoza isn't the greatest athlete, and he's not. You're not wrong. He's not the greatest athlete. He'd probably chuckle and tell you, yeah, you're damn right, but I'm addicted to winning, which is, again, why I want him. But you think about that 4th down and 5 play, they called timeout, and I remember sitting up here on this show going like, man, I don't know what the hell he's about to do here. What's Signetti going to do? What's Mendoza going to do? So he drops back, and in the exact moment he goes, man, I got 2 high safeties. He knew the coverage. He knew the play, and he thought I'd have a better chance right now if I tucked it and tried to run it in for a touchdown. And you know what he did? Tucked it in, freaking bulldozed the guy. And you want commitment to excellence? You want just win, baby? You go watch that 4th down and 5 play. That is the definition of having the right timing and having your quarterback know the timing of everything going on. Let's go to the final reason here, accuracy. You know, I think in today's day and age of quarterbacks, everybody wants the big arm. Everybody wants the guy that runs a 4.3, 4.4. When did having a 6'5", 225-pound quarterback who's got elite accuracy on all levels of the field, when was that a bad thing? Did I miss something? Do quarterbacks still throw the football? Is Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Joe Burrow? We're talking about high-level accuracy, and that's what Mendoza brings to the table. And you guys know, I like somebody that gets better and better and better. Look at 2023. Look at 2024. Look at 2025. The accuracy has improved, and I do think it's going to continue to improve. Now, I don't know if he's going to throw for 72% completion percentage as a rookie in the NFL, but man, oh man, if Kubiak's telling me he wants an accurate quarterback, Tom Brady's telling me that he's looking for an accurate quarterback, Fernando Mendoza is somebody that I do really think shows that accuracy, and he showed it in the college football playoffs. I mean, this was a player that threw for 74% completion percentage in the college football playoffs. 74.6%. That's up against the SEC's Alabama. That's up against Oregon, who a lot of people thought might have been one of the better teams in the country. And then you also look at what they did in Miami, essentially on the road in Hard Rock Stadium. You can pick apart Mendoza's game all you want, but this dude is, I think, exactly what Klint Kubiak is looking for in a quarterback. And yeah, those are my words. But I also believe showing you the words that Klint Kubiak, has expressed is he's looking for a quarterback that has experience. Check. He's looking for a quarterback that's a winner. Check. He's looking for a quarterback that has good decision-making, that knows the importance of timing, and knows at the end of the day that you got to be accurate. Check, 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 and checkmate. The Las Vegas Raiders, I'm telling y'all right now, they are going to draft Fernando Mendoza #1 overall. I'm going to be live here on the Raiders Report. We're going to be getting wet. We're going to be getting wild because we deserve a quarterback like Mendoza. We deserve a head coach like Kubiak. And you know what, man? If you think the exact same way, go get yourself a Mendoza shirt. Chatsports.com/Mendoza. That link for y'all. It's going to be available to y'all down in the comments, down in the description of today's show. But if you feel like Mendoza and Kubiak and we're freaking back, go get yourself a We're Back shirt as well. I got shirts. I got hoodies. We're putting out more products left and right. Why? 2026 feels like our year. And I know I'm not the only Raiders fan that feels like it's our year. And it starts with a good hire like Klint Kubiak. It starts with a franchise quarterback. Winning is contagious. And you know what? I'm ready to get all of y'all sick with me because I'm ready to be back. Mendoza, I'm telling y'all right now, is the perfect quarterback for Klint Kubiak.